Hello and welcome back to Japesh Financial Solutions. I'm Jane, your financial and investment coach, helping you build wealth and master your finances one step at a time. Today, we are going to talk about something that nearly every Kenyan is familiar with: Chamas. These are social savings groups that everywhere and everyone has in terms of the chamas, be it maybe from family, friends, or workplace. But they are rarely helping you grow financially, or it's just another merry-go-round that you have. And so the first step that I'm going to talk about in terms of chama, let me define what a chama is. A chama is basically an informal or a formal savings group that where members pool their money together for a shared specific financial goal, usually rotating either savings or joint investments or supporting each other in terms of needs, basically. And most chamas are in Kenya, especially, they're extremely common, especially among women or increasing among young financial professionals. And they are not often built just anyhowly. They are often built by maybe having a trust in that community that you're going to build in. But unfortunately, many chamas fall short of their potential. And why does this happen? Let's look at the good side of Chama. The good side of Chama is, one, they have pooled savings and investments, and most of the members' contributions, at least they always have a financial goal, maybe even doing real estate or doing business together, or even investing in just a money market fund account. The second good thing about Chama is it brings financial discipline, and it forces us to have consistent savings and investment, because it doesn't leave any room for any excuses. And so, especially for those people who don't have discipline, if you join a good chama, you're able to have the financial discipline. The third one is social support. At least with a chama, you're able to do networking, and out of the members, you're able to find mentorship and also accountability. But there is also the other side of Chama. That's the good side of Chama. There is the ugly and the bad side of Chama. And what is one of the ugly side of Chama is if that Chama has poor management. There are no clear rules, or maybe sometimes even funds disappear without any explanation. The other one is having dishonest members. So sometimes some members take loans, and out of taking loans, because they're taking advantage of other members, they just disappear without paying back those loans. And so when we get dishonest members, they end up making our chama look very bad. And the last one, the final ugly side of having a chama, is maybe having bad investment. Sometimes we might have members that maybe are pushing us towards a certain investment because they are benefiting in one way or another, or even sometimes because of lack of financial knowledge. And so some of the members' contributions end up in being having bad investment, like pyramid schemes. And so people end up losing some money. But there's a difference between a successful and a failed chamas. And this is all up to the strategy that the chama has, plus the structure that the chama has. That is what will determine whether a chama will be successful or it will fail. And so let's look at why most chamas fail. Let's be honest, many chamas do not work. At least not many, but at least not in the way they should start working. And some of the common problems that chama faces: one, lack of structure and goals. Many chamas are built on social gathering, not financial vision. They become social clubs instead of wealth creation platforms. And so without a proper structure, that chama and sometimes ends up failing. The second one is not having financial educations. You find that most members don't understand what investment is, what risk is, or returns. So sometimes they base their decisions on maybe hearsay and emotions. And all members, if you're in a chama, you need to invite an investment or a financial coach. You can even call me at 0743 000 222, and let me come and educate all your Chama members in regards to financial literacy. We always have a very good, proper training for all the Chamas. Then the third one is poor record keeping. Out of the Chama that you have, the person who keeps your records, do they do it? On a month-to-month basis after you do your contributions, or it's just relying on your WhatsApp conversations or just verbal agreements? For the Chama, they don't have like audited books, or there's no transparency basically. So it's time for us to start doing proper bookkeeping. Then the fourth one is having unclear leadership and in terms of decision makings. And sometimes we often, because the Chama doesn't have a constitutions, there are no clear roles. Who is doing this? The role of this one is doing what? And so this one commonly leads to confusion and conflict. Like I said, at Japesh Financial Solutions, we also help Chamas to design a proper constitution that will guide them in terms of their decision making, will guide them in terms of having at least good leadership system, and we are able to outline every role for each leader. Our constitution, when it creates for a Chama, it's always fit the needs for that Chama. Then the fifth one is merry-go-round trap, rotating savings only. Sometimes it helps if you're looking at financial discipline, but sometimes for all the merry-go-rounds that we have, sometimes it's good to just have somewhere out of the merry-go-round a certain percentage that we will be using, putting aside for investment, so that we just don't only keep rotating our money in just the merry-go-round way. The sixth one is conflict and mistrust. It happens a lot. Lack of accountability, missed contributions, misuse of funds, all these erodes trust, and they kill progress of that Chama. And how can we resolve this? Like I said, we help Chamas create constitution. From out of the constitution, we are able to see the penalties, if someone misses contributions, we are able to outline the conflict and mistrust, how to go about that if something like that happened. And now let's see how to make a Chama work for you. Let's not start saying, no, I can't join a Chama because blah, 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 blah. There is a way that a Chama can start working for you, and look at how like you can be able to structure a good Chama and also in the same time build wealth. The first thing I'll look at is start with a clear vision and purpose. Ask yourself, what is this Chama for? If you meet on a social, if you meet your members, that is the first question you need to do, because everyone needs a very clear vision and the purpose for that Chama. If the Chama is for social Chama, you can just do merry-go-round for a short-term need, so that at least you can have something that is keeping you guys together. That's just a social Chama. If the Chama is an investment Chama, have the long-term vision in mind, because at the end of it all, for an investment Chama, it's supposed to help you build wealth in the long term. And if you want a Chama that has hybrid, like has both, you can mix both, having the merry-go-round and also the investment side of it. So you can do a percentage goes to the merry-go-round and a percentage goes to the investment account. But all in all, have at least SMART goals, like the way be specific, they should be measurable, and they should have at least time bound in terms of your goals when you set as a Chama. Then the second step is set clear rules that govern that Chama. And where do these clear rules come in? They come in from your constitution. Have fixed, like your constitution should have clear rules in terms of your contributions. Have a fixed amount of the amount of contributions that you contribute in that Chama, and the frequency of how long those contributions should be going. The second one is penalties on late payments. Like I always say, if a Chama doesn't have penalty in terms of when members should pay, many people will often take a lead on having late payments. So have like, you can even have like 3% fine on any late payment. The other one is withdrawal rules. Have clear rules when members want to withdraw their shares. because sometimes you're in the middle of a project and an emergency happened, and that person really, really needs that money. So have at least clear rules that govern that. The other one is the exit policy. What happens if someone quits just in the middle of the Chama? What are the exit policy? Will that person enjoy all the proceeds that have been happening? Will that person only enjoy a limit or a percentage? So all those should be outlined in the all the rules should be outlined in the Chama constitutions. Like I always say, a Chama without rules is just a disaster waiting to happen. The third one is register your Chama. But for registering your Chama, it takes another dynamic, but sometimes it helps. Why you need to register, it brings the aspect of you will have legal recognition. It will also help you to open maybe a group or bank account. But sometimes I always say, if you don't need to register that Chama, open the bank account as a joint group. If you're not too many, don't only leave the officials to open that account. At least have 5 members opening that joint account, so that at least there can be that, accountability in terms of how and who is operating that bank account. When you register your Chama, there's also easier access to loans and government support. In case you're looking to start a business, you can be able to get the government support if the Chama is well registered. And also it helps you and protects you in case there is any dispute. As long as the Chama is registered and there is a dispute that pops up, at least that one will help you it will protect you against that. Then the fourth one is create a constitution and elect leaders, clearly outlined elected leaders, because sometimes membership, some constitutions, they just assume mulipatana, you just elect someone, Jane will be the chair lady, this. But those ones are not written on the constitutions. It's now clearly to all the elected leaders should be written and outlined their roles in the constitution, membership terms and obligations, contributions amount and timelines, penalties, investment strategies. So basically your constitution should be really well developed. Like I said, come to Japesh and we will help you and guide you on how you can be able to form a very good structure for your Chama. Even if you have an existing constitution and you feel like you need to do an upgraded constitutions, we also do that and outline where the mistake that you might have done before, and we upgrade now the constitution that will meet everyone's expectations and that will have a vision that will align with each and every member's um, vision. Some of the things you also need to outline on your constitutions are the roles in terms of signing. Will all the members be signing in terms of if you're doing a check, or will it only be members, the elected leaders, that is the treasurer, the secretary, or the chairperson? Sometimes if I sit down with a Chama, I'm able to advise how to go about that. Then the fifth one is invest in group savings wisely. Don't just save, invest. Stop letting that money just sit in an account without any growth. Let your money grow. Even if you're doing table banking and some money has remained, sometimes we just put that money in the joint account that we have. Instead, you can open an MMF account specifically for that Chama, so that at least it will start compounding, so that your money will also, you're bringing in income in terms of maybe loaning from each other, but also you're getting income from the compounding side of it. Even if you're putting your money in circles, at least you can do that, and at the same time, you're earning interest out of it. Then the sixth one is ensure financial literacy among members. Like I've explained before, at least let every member have a bit of financial literacy, because this one will help you in doing budgeting, in investing, at least all members are able to contribute to any financial decisions that are being made in the Chama. Like I said, invite a financial coach like me or a trainer to train your members for at least once a year when you're holding your end year parties, or even you can decide to be doing it in the middle of the year. At least let's always engage a financial coach. Like I said, invite us at 0743 000 222. And like I said, we have a very good mind-blowing Chama training session for all the Chamas. Then the seventh one is be disciplined and transparent. Use tools like Excel for records keeping, and let everyone be able to access that records that you're doing. Share monthly statements if at all you have bank account or you operate with an M-Pesa. At least ensure that all members are able to access the monthly statements. Audit your books annually and get a professional auditor that is for that matter, so that at least they can come and audit your books, and rotate leadership periodically to keep everyone accountable. If at all and if at all you still want your leaders to stay, but always at least ensure your document on constitution is upgraded and amended accordingly. So let's look at personal benefits of a well-structured Chama. So what are the benefits that you get if your Chama is well-structured? One, you have a successful Chama. They can be able to help you in saving consistently. And even if you'll normally spend, you'll always remember, pesa ya Chama imefika, I have to save. At least it gives you the discipline of saving consistently. And so that is one of the benefits of having a very good, well-structured Chama. The second one is you can access investment opportunities that will be hard to afford alone. Like now, for example, if maybe your target is buying a plot somewhere, doing it alone can be hefty. But if you come and pull together funds as a Chama, it can be easier. Then the other one is learn from each other, and you will be able to stay financially motivated. When you meet among your Chama, and that Chama has to be a successful Chama, at least you're able to learn one or two things from each other. Then the other one is you can easily access affordable loans from the group. Most Chamas actually act like a SACCO, and their interest rates are way lower compared to either a SACCO or a bank. So at least having a very good, successful Chama can be able to help you very grow in terms of your financial capabilities, because you can access easy loans and affordable loans that will help you grow your wealth if you do with that loan, or invest in that loan in an asset building, in an asset that is building wealth, or rather that is growing. Then the other one is build a legacy with others. You just not grow alone. With a Chama and a successful Chama, you're able to build legacy with each others. Chamas are very powerful, but only if you treat them seriously. When a Chama is built right, they are not just only about savings, but they are about building wealth together. So let's build Chamas that are very reliable, and that Chamas that are very successful. If you're in a Chama or thinking about starting one, our Chama structure guide that we have will be a very good start to start somewhere. So all you need is to book a coaching session with Japesh Financial Solutions for personalized guidance and how to go about, if at all you want to start a Chama. If you already have an existing Chama, you just come and we do a good training for you guys, and we see the next vision, the next financial goals, how to achieve them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your Chama group or any other interested wealth creation group that you know through your community. Let's build wealth the smart way.